Hello all. It's probably the hottest day of the year and I'm drinking Imperial Stout, whatever. I felt like doing it. So this is Dark Matter from Barreled Souls. Has all the info back here. 129th bottle out of 400 for this batch. This is the March 2nd, 2020 batch. 10.1% alcohol Imperial Stout. Kind of a cool label there. This is one of their more commonly brewed beers, perhaps, at least for their big strong beers. There are a bunch of flavored versions and barrel-aged versions of this. I haven't had any of them, so I thought I'd just get the regular old one. I haven't had many Imperial Stouts from them. I've tasted the Stay Puffed. I can't even remember which other ones. I had one other one, maybe. I don't know. So we'll see. It's not a pastry stout style. I know that much. But I really like their Big Bang barley wine, just the regular version. The beers are pretty good even when they're not flavored and barrel aged and everything. And yeah, the head is substantial and pretty high carbonation. That's what kind of leads me to believe that their bottles are bottle conditioned. They don't ever say that. Maybe it isn't, but it kind of seems like it is to me. And big head, but a lot of popping, so it's probably going to die down pretty quickly in this humidity. I don't really know. They used to call this a dark ale. Now they call it Imperial Stout. I don't really know exactly what they're going for. If it's supposed to be kind of like a really bitter, charred American Imperial Stout circa 10 years ago or 15 years ago, or an English style. We'll see. Yeah, very, very different from the popular sweet chocolatey stouts these days. It's quite fruity. Like, it almost makes sense to call it a dark ale because it's not what most Americans think of as a stout. Like, it smells more like an English Imperial Stout. The English Imperial Stouts tend to be not this strong. Sam Smith's is only 7%. I should try that one again. Yeah, big on the raisin, pruny type stuff. Almost a tartness to it, almost like plummy. And char. Like charred, I don't want to say charred peppers, but almost has that. Peppers are fruit, but it doesn't smell green at all. But charred fruit sort of thing happening. I don't know if it's not very chocolatey. Maybe it's got some coffee notes. It's sort of like fruitier, more acidic type fancy coffee smell. But it doesn't smell like a pastry. It doesn't smell like mocha. It doesn't smell like it's going to be very, very sweet. And I'm not getting much hop on the hops either. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. It's 3 months old. Not getting any like piney hop aromas really. No. Yeah, very high carbonation. I suppose if the carbonation dies down, it'd be a little different, but it's a little bubbly, not super full bodied, but ooh, the char in the roast comes in much stronger in the finish. And it's not too sweet, not too bitter. It's pretty well made. Yeah, I feel like the carbonation is just a tad bit too much for me, but having that also allows you to slowly drink the whole bottle, and by the end of it, it's not going to be flat. It's going to still have some bubbles left. But interesting, it's a lot more roast in the finish than I kind of thought it would be. And having it be very cold right now, actually, it's surprisingly refreshing. There's some heat in the throat. About medium bitterness. Interesting. Maybe I can get some more head and also remove some of the carbonation by doing that. Look, yeah, I got the head back in there. So it'd have a little bit more of a full feel probably if it were a little less carbonated. It does have is somewhat silky and full, even though it's so carbonated and not like really sweet and big. Still has a pretty nice mouthfeel. It's unique. It's not ultra rich and silky, but definitely warmth in the back of the throat. I feel like there's some American hops having an effect in here, but I'm not getting a lot of flavor or aroma from them. It's pretty good. Probably won't get it again, but it's very different than a lot of stouts these days. But it's not like a stone stout from a long time ago, or some of these stouts that were super bitter, super charred, like licoricey and soy saucy. I don't think it's like that. Maybe some people think it's like that, but it's on the tongue. It's like the dark fruits kind of go away a little bit. Very different. Not what you think of for an Imperial Stout. If you gave this to me in a blind tasting, I might be a little confused at first. It's so weird. It's so unique. It's hard to rate it almost because it's just kind of its own thing. I guess that's why it's called dark matter. The quote they have about this on the internet is is we know less about dark matter than we know about it, or something like that. That was a NASA quote. So I guess they're going for something that's a bit of an anomaly, but it's a pretty good anomaly. Maybe next time we'll grab one of the variants and see how that affects it. But probably deserves close to a 4. Bye.